All right. So solids number 6. This one is volume of hexagonal prisms and slant hexagonal prisms. Okay, say, are you ready? Ready to roll? Say hexagonal.
Hexagonal.
Say hexagonal.
Hexagonal.
So what's going on with those words? First of all, what different shapes do you know? You know square. What comes after square?
Rectangle. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, not bad, not bad. I'm going for, and it's probably called a quadrilateral in this case. I'm going for pentagon. How many sides is a pentagon? And you know what I always think of is, do you ever see the headquarters of the United States military in Virginia, in Langley, Virginia? Do you know what the shape of the building is? And what the building's called? It's called the Pentagon. And the Pentagon is literally this giant 5-sided building. It's huge. It's a very big building. Okay, what comes after Pentagon? What comes after hexagon? Jump 2 down.
Octagon.
There you go. Our most favorite, famous one, octagon. And well known for what? What do we know it as? Good.
The stop sign.
The stop sign is what I'm going for. Yes, it is 8 signs. I'm going for the stop sign. That's its fame, right? Right? A lot of you are very close to driving. By the way, I think you can get your learner's permit at 15 and a half. Are any of you 15 and a half yet? Almost? Book your DMV appointment now for the summer. It takes like 3-4 months to get an appointment to go in and take your written test, and then you get your learner's permit, and then you get to drive with a licensed driver who's 18 and older. Do that ahead of time. It takes forever to get the appointments. And anyway, a little bit off topic. Octagon. Do you know this one? Google. What's a 7-sided shape? 7, 8. It's a 7-sided shape.
A heptagon.
Hepta? Hepth?
Yeah.
Heptagon. Everybody say heptagon. So there you go. Fun with shapes, and you can keep going on up. And it's in the school G's. There's some different tests, and I think it tells you it goes through more shapes. All right. That's not really the point today, though. The point today is to find the volume of a hexagonal prism. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. If a hexagon is 6-sided, and we put AL on it, this is a noun, right? A hexagon. Once you put the AL on it, does it change it from a noun to a different form? And does it make it an adjective? I'm definitely out of my depth here because I can't remember. Right? So it's a hexagon. It's a hexagonal what? Prism, right? And what's a prism? What do you know about prisms so far now that we've been going for quite a while? Well, 6 lessons. It's what?
3D.
It's 3D. 3D is the big focus. In other words, it changes from this, right? This shape here is, why can't I think of this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Draw a hexagon in the air with your finger. That was perfect. You can do a perfect hexagon in the air, right? Because right? Okay, so how many dimensions is this?
2.
Right? So we're going to take a 2D shape, we're going to make it 3D into a prism. If we can figure out the area of this shape, all we have to do is multiply the area by how high the shape is. Can you see it in your mind when I go like that? Can you see it like stretching out? Can you? Really? That's awesome. Okay, it's going to be something like this. I'm going to draw that hexagon a little bit flatter because we're looking at it, you know, from not straight above, but a little bit lower. And then if you do this, right, we go like this, here, and here. There. And I guess I could draw in the hidden lines back here. Something like that, right? That kind of makes it worse. That doesn't look right. Anyway, a three-dimensional shape now. So we went from 2D to 3D. By the way, what's 1D? What is an example of something that's one dimension? A line, right? And I think this is always where your brain is trying to go back to. 1D, 2D shapes. Why is this 2D shape? Doesn't it have 6 sides? Why is it 2 dimensions? It's flat. It's length and width. No, these are all right answers. You can have a lot of different right answers, right? That's a right answer. That's a right answer.
Area.
Why is it 2D?
This area is
It's area, and also if you think about, you know, the XY axes? So here's your X, and here's your Y, right? Remember plotting points? You can go out on the X up to here, plot a point. You can go here, plot a point, go here, plot a point, right? You're using the 2 dimensions to plot all the points of the shape. There's your 2 dimensions, right? If it could come out at you, that would be the 3rd dimension. So we're taking it, turning it on its side, and we're stretching it down this way. The hard part about this shape is most of us have not dealt with the area of a hexagon. Google the area of a hexagon. Do you have your phones nearby? Google an area of a hexagon. Because Google has started to do something very cool. Well, they do a lot of things cool, I guess. They've done even more things cool. Did they give you an actual, and if you click on it right here and say enter, so they want to know the length of this side right here. They call this A. The length of this side. If you enter the length of that side, it'll spit out an area for you now. So say this was equal to 6 centimeters. Put in 6. And that's already an area, so that's in centimeters squared already. They're making us and our calculations more obsolete every day, right? So what's the actual formula for this? It gives you the formula up above. It's this crazy thing. 3 times the square root of 3 over 2. 3 times the square root of 3 over 2 times A is A squared. Yes, thank you. A squared. So you would take 3 times the square root of 3 divided by 2 and then multiply whatever this is, 6 squared, which is 36, and we'll get back to that exact answer they already gave you for the area. They already did all that for you. I guess it's just automation, right? They're just automating our lives, so we don't have to think anymore. No, we can think about more important things, right? Our brains are free to think about more important things. Okay, so here's your shape. It's a hexagon. We stretch it out, and I don't know if you noticed the pattern, but as long as we can find the area of the end shape, now we can find the volume of the whole thing because we take this and multiply it by the h, which is just the height of this thing. And what kind of h are we talking about? Yep. Well, see, this is going badly already. Let's go this direction. Maybe I can do down here. It's still wet. It doesn't write when it's wet. Oh, that's so bad. Sorry. Something like that. It's the perpendicular height And another name for perpendicular height is?
Altitude.
Altitude. So as long as the area of this thing, the dimension of A here, is the same as the dimension of A here, and it's multiplying by h, which is the same as this h, then we have volume of the hexagonal prism equal to the area formula, which is 3 times the square root of 3 over 2 times A squared times h. And that's equal to volume of the perpendicular hexagonal prism. And what's the other word for the slanted one?
Oblique.
Oblique. Oblique. I guess it's kind of fun that it's repetitive. So if you're getting the idea, volume, no matter what shape, as long as we can just find the area of that, we can just keep doing these all day long and finding the volume, right? What's an easy way to describe volume to someone who doesn't know what it is? What's an easy way?
Space in a 3D object.
That's pretty complicated, though. You're kind of describing it pretty complicated. What's an easier way? Think of your refrigerator.
Like pouring milk in a
I'm
glass.
not inside.
Good morning, my meals. I'm Annie. And I'm Senior. Okay, we're just morning.
Morning.
Okay, we better go ahead and cut that. We better stop.